Pump up the jam so you know where I think this is going. Little bit of rule of three action here. I made my money already. I shorted 0925 and then covered right underneath this ROT on the 30-minute rule of three. So a little false breakout to the downside, trap some shorts, and up we go. Possibly. No music today. Many of my past live streams have been blocked by YouTube. There we go. So still trading on Sierra chart with CQG order routing. I don't know much. I don't notice much of a difference. Denali's data is obviously wonderful, but in terms of routing, eh. I'm getting filled, no problem. So, but I'm not bottom ticking it. So, this is some nice action. Basic trend lines, little channel. Zooming out a bit, we were in this area last night when this popped. Fun to play. Breaking, well, going long in this area and then anticipating the break, and then even able to, being able to buy the pullback here. Hold of trend line, pop up, RTH. Interesting little head and shoulder pattern, but whatever. And then come down and then chop up all these traders in here around this, this trend line. So pretty basic, simple, and nice area to scalp and play with size in what I consider high probability setups. So, rule of three. For those of you who have followed me on Twitter for the past year, you know rule of three is one of my favorites. Just so much price action to be had. And then you can just see the rotations in bookmap, right? Right here, ran into a wall, no expansion. Next bar, how many ticks, right? If you look here, the body of the meat of the volume, 0250 to 0650, nice 4 points. False break, ran into a wall, absorptive buyers, and this was a minute or less, not even, maybe 25 seconds. So just ran into HFTs buying, and then again another 3-4 point, and then this area has just been met by buyers now. So let's see if they're weak hands, right? Can they handle the chop before we possibly push back up? So would love some feedback, right? You can see the title of the YouTube video is Trading the Rule of Three. So again, it's in my Twitter pinned tweet, a big explanation of it. So read it there first. And then if you have questions, I'm happy to go over iterations and, well, specifically the price action today. Let's go look at a 15-minute chart. And then the TPO, still OTFD, but we hit about 100% IBR, or initial balance range extension. So here's your initial balance range. So we've just about doubled it. It's a nice place to take profit. Notice the initial balance today, a lot narrower. 26.25 to, it's about 13 points, right? So we were able to break free from balance, right? Tried upside, didn't work, and then just OTFD all the way down. Easy trade. Easy trade to get short. And not in hindsight, right? I love initial balance days like this where it's, you know, half of what was has been occurring. So now we actually get, you know, we get traders positioned more tightly, and then a break from that position produces momentum. So consolidation occurs before expansion, or compression leads to expansion. Well, however you want to say it. Oops, well, that's not good. Don't want to do that. Yeah, on a day like today, put the trading jacket on and let the contracts fly. It was nice. I don't always wear my trading jacket, but often when I do, it's because I'm I don't know, I'm in the game and I know the game is afoot. So nice bounce. So let's see what happens here. Let's see if we can hold 04, 05, 06. If not, maybe some more OTFD. What's up, K9? I didn't know that Dalton was no longer looking at initial balance. What's his reasoning? Because for me, initial balance still gives me a lot of stats over time. Still gives me a lot of edge, but I don't know. I respect the man, but I'll keep doing what works for me until it doesn't. So I'm in case you haven't realized yet, I'm not much of a follower. I kind of do my own thing. I read the books and then I come up with my own, um, you know, I guess hypotheses about trading, and then I just test them. So let's see. We're gonna OTFD here. Kind of moving pretty easy down through O period. And this is a 30-minute chart. I thought we would kind of trap shorts here and then push back up, but I already played the initial move. I played the short, I played the long, and I scalped back short, but obviously didn't catch all of this, so I only scalped about 2.5 points, but with size, so it's still very profitable. I'm playing the rotations on, or was playing the rotations on Bookmap, and I've decided I'm profitable on the day, successful, and it's not necessary to keep playing in this area, especially as you can kind of just see the price action. Impulse, consolidation here, right around the trend line, so you're going to get chop. So you're going to get a lot of false signals in this area, especially if you're trading on a lower time frame. But that is interesting that Dalton is not using. I would like to know specifically why he doesn't glean information, because it's fairly logical, isn't it? Right? When you look at the first, well, let's just do this. When you look at the first 60 minutes of trade, right? You get the opening bar, high volume, and just look at the first 60 minutes. Go to 7:30, right? Volume to 7:30. So you've got, and then it's a big decrease here, right? The next 15-minute bar. So you've got massive volume here. So doesn't it make sense that traders are positioned already in the first 60 minutes? So can't you glean information from that? I don't know. I will not stop using initial balance until someone gives me a really good rationale. Yeah, I mean, his books are outdated. That makes sense. Some of my previous Twitter posts are outdated from early last year. The market has changed a little bit, but eh, general, I think core concepts like such as the initial balance, just because it contains so much volume typically. I mean, just go back and back test that, right? Go to 7:30. Look at the drop. Volume, and then the volume bar goes from this is a 15-minute you know, candlestick time frame. So it goes from 75, 76,000 right down to 51. Trap traders, right? So break of initial balance leads to expansion. I mean, break of initial balance leads to expansion. I mean, I don't know. I think maybe the way that he's interpreting the market with the nuance that he's maybe looking at for his maybe his trading style is evolving a little bit, but initial balance is simply volume in the first 60 minutes and where price is. So again, compression leads to expansion. It's such a basic, simple thing to understand. I'm not saying that you know, he may not have a, or that he, you know, I'm not saying he may not have a good reason for doing that, but certainly I have a good reason to continue to use initial balance. So I'm not an acolyte. However, respect to the pioneers, right? To the trailblazers. By the way, go Portland Trailblazers. I'm a Blazers fan. I grew up near Portland, so still a Blazers fan. But trading wise, you know, gotta respect somebody that has put in such a huge body of work and helped so many people. And but you know, at the same time, do what works for you and what gives you conviction and edge. So until it stops giving me edge, I'll just keep using it. But you know, it's just one part of my trading anyway. So you know, I tend to take trades based on a set, generally sets of conditions. So where there's correlation, it's not just initial balance. So context dependent. Choppity chop. See what I mean? Let's go back to the 5-minute here. Yeah. See, this level here is, so we're using point figure here, 3-point reversal bars, and you can see right through here, volume node, volume node, volume nodes. Right. So if you're long, so we've got de-risking, a little bit more aggressive buying. It did go down here, but it tailed out quick. Okay. And you've got absorptive deltas here. So higher low here, lower high, a more aggressive buying closer to this range, a little bit of volume expansion, right? So value short term moving up, and then testing and quickly rejecting. So volume or initiative sellers drying up here. And then now we have really weak volume with more, again, value, short-term value migrating up. Is it getting anywhere? No, there's some sellers here. Well, there's also some buyers. But in terms of volume, we're migrating up. So, is this a P shape short term? Yeah, it could be. So let's see if it moves here and then, tapers out and then comes back a little bit. But with this kind of volume building here, I would expect this to expand significantly, maybe even past 1075 short term. Anyway, just my thoughts in real time. Yeah, 1075 holds liquidity, I would imagine. See this negative delta here? So that's RTH negative delta, negative 3100. So how many folks? Well, obviously this was a big seller, but how many people sold with that who are now going to cover? It's happening. See. Anyway. Okay, I got no takers on the rule of three. That's okay. Or maybe folks are still reading. Or just not interested. That's okay. It's all kind of trading styles. Market profile, footprint, order flow, whatever the fuck that means for some people. Running into T+1 or yesterday's close. Let's see. Notice today couldn't really get over the T+2. So we got a nice little flush here on decent-ish volume. Again, I like the trapping of breakout traders here and then flushing back through it. So it's not like we got much extension, like down below 3,900, right? And then a lack of aggressive buying, maybe some consolidation, one little attempt with a wick or something, and then a rollover, right? We got this slight puncture of, I don't know, we can say what the last few days trend line to the upside, and then we got a slight puncture, and then fairly aggressive buying and a lack of sellers, essentially. It's not crazy volume. I mean, they're hidden. The deltas are negative, but it's not going. It's not really moving anywhere, is it? Excuse me. So we've got a little LVN here. So we're going to have buyers trapped here, short term. Maybe at the bottom of value, today's value. So here's our RTH VPOC. I should change this label to make it look like my TPO. What is it? Let's see, RTH VPOC. Not the color, but just the label. Things like that annoy me. And yet, why is it not changed? I don't know. I'm always making changes. Change my footprint colors, right? Volume building. Look at that. 1315 contract. 1350. It's at least going to probably hit 1325. So what's at 1325? Let's look at the TPO structure. All right. OTFU. So what do we got? Bottom of initial balance. RTH mid. So maybe the short, if we can expand into this area, right, for a little pullback into previous close. If you can get to RTH mid and enter short here, maybe look for 3 or 4 points, something like that. Ooh, thank you. The food cometh, so I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. 3 or 4 eggs and I'm good to go. But that's a nice 30-minute bar. Good morning, Mr. Josu, or Josh. Oh, lack of sellers, possibly. Look at this on the DOM here. Look at this buy versus sell imbalance at 10. That's that same thing we were talking about earlier. Big initiative seller. If that's strong hands on the buy side, and that was a institutional buy, then we're moving up, gonna move up probably. 9-10 minutes left. All right, fill it up, Buttercup. selling here. So we've got this volume area here, here. Excuse me. Chop. Short term looks like chop, but it seems to me that this area should be tested. So let's move our stops, and we will add in right in there. We're gonna say here, here, here. Here, let's change something. There you go. And well, I don't like that. Lots of quiet folks today. Aggressive initiative buyers here. 1, 2, 3 ticks. 1, 2, 3, 4 ticks. Or 3 ticks. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, 4 ticks. Maybe they were stops. Who knows? Looking at this area here. And then this area. I don't know. I tend to think that these are initiative buyers, but I could be wrong. Just because the move is, it's nice and strong, pull back, and then, you know, since this point, we've had buyers. Some de-risking, let's see. That's holding. We'll see. Little chop here, little pullback would be healthy, and then pushing up, but we'll see. Look at that beautiful head and shoulders. It's a 5-minute chart. It's not a daily chart. But yeah, beautiful. What's nice about it is the neckline is, it already tells you that the price action is weak. Here, let's see if we can put something on this. No chart drawings. We'll just put the, let's put this on here. You guys should be able to see that. Yeah, white's fine. I'll make it thinner. This line. So kind of traditional, let's see, we'll make the traditional neckline. Traditional neckline, but what you had here is this. And so because of that, I hope this works. This is like almost like a screenshot grabbing program. It freezes everything. So we'll see. Anyway, what you had is instead of, you know, price moving like this and then moving up, it already made a lower low relative to this area. And this was just, you know, typical 5-minute head and shoulder fakey thing where it, you know, goes and gets the liquidity stops. You know, maybe buyers are out of steam. And then you just break that trend line and boom, go. And see how this trend line doesn't have, you know, deep moves away from the trend line. It's just, you know, okay, a little bit of upward action, a bunch of wicks, you know, price action hugs the trend line, and then once it breaks it, it finds momentum. So not really rule of 3 kind of action in here. Hope you guys saw all that. Let's see. Josh, are you breaking up your volumes into the sessions? Is that how you know? Did you break up the session into the FTSE DAX Open, right? So put the European session to the, you know, and give it its own volume profile. Because you're saying ES went back to London value area support so far. I want you to be 100% clear on that. It's a little bit of a vague statement for me. It's because probably I don't understand what you mean exactly. You can always post a chart on my Twitter if you want, or just tag me on Twitter. And then we could link it back into the chat. Show me what you're talking about. What I use for my screenshots is this program called Light. Let me see. Lightshot. It's really nice. Allows you to do text and lines and stuff like that. Shout out to Gabby Ozar at Gabby Ozar on Twitter. He showed me that. No, I understand that, but how do you know the value area is 70% of, is it of volume? Is it based on TPO? I'm trying to figure out what you're referring to. And we've had previous conversations. So it's time. Okay, so it's on your TPO chart then, right? Is that right? I'm just trying to understand, my friend. I know you're new to Sierra charts, so I'm making you work for it, my friend. All right, post a chart on Twitter, my friend. Because as you can see, London at 39.12. You mean the VAL? Yeah, it's 39.12. But he's talking about London. He's talking about the. All right, what caused that? Let's see. What caused that? Hmm. Yeah, my time is all synced up. I don't know. Lovely. Whatever. Just a brief interruption. Yeah. Yeah, I've got my 200 SMA is here on the chart, and it's yeah. I concur. We're right below value for the RTH. Oh, okay. So maybe we can put a volume profile that goes to from the FTSE DAX Open that goes to the RTH Open, right? Let's see. Let's see how fast it will take me to do that, or how slow I should say. Let's see. Let's see. What do we want to copy? We want to copy sometimes the fastest way to do this and make it look the same is to copy it and then change the time. RTH volume by price. Da, 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 da. Yeah, we'll just duplicate that for now. Let's go to the settings. I'm thinking. RTH VPP, we're going to call this London. London, Josh. There you go. All right. So my time is what? 0. And then the open 06 29:59. And we'll align it right there. All right, Josh, moment of truth for you, my friend. Scrolling. London value area support is right here at 39.18. So there you go. So being specific in the way that you describe things is it's important, man. Or otherwise, we waste a bunch of time, going over these things, and then only to find we're saying something else. Anyway, I'm going to get rid of that. Sorry, your volume by profile doesn't make the cut. But you can see the FTSE DAX open. Look at the volume spike. I love staying up for that. Right on the yellow line, right? See that? See a lot of price moves around these lines. China, phew. Hong Kong, phew. Usually Japan is shoo, not foo. To the downside, it's shoo to the upside. I don't know. My mouth is giving random. Okay, here we go. Upside a little bit. All right, let's see if this becomes a wick back to the downside into this area. 09. 13, right? It's a chop zone. All right, let's go. Let's reduce it. Oh, what did I do? Those are shorts, you dumb. That's all right. We'll just do this. Get rid of them all. See, talking and trading. I can't do two things at once, apparently. Anyway, I scrolled up in the chat, so now I'm scrolling down. Target the WAP? You mean VWAP? Let's see. Yeah. I'm not sure about that. That's all good, my friend. I'll try to understand another day. You think so, Skirk? I don't know. This is a nice little little wave we got going. If we push through 1450, then yeah, likely. But most trend traders will be watching this. Something like that, right? We break that area, right? So the trend lines might be down. Let's see, 1230. Da, 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 da. Yeah, it's about this area. If we break this area near the close, if we can get some impulses past VWAP, past 24-hour VWAP, some pullbacks here, and then right around, yeah, right around about an hour before the close, start possibly consolidating in this area, get some short traps going, then God, that might be rocket fuel. Hey, thanks, Mr. Milet. That is interesting. Da, 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 da. Hmm. About 11 or 12-second delay right now on the feed. I don't have it set to ultra low. Ultra low delay. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, that is the sentiment that I get as well. And so far, these sell-offs have been, just they're muted, both volume and intensity. They're very muted sell-offs. Um, but it's. I mean, you've had even McClellan, who's typically a perma bull, posting some charts that have said beware of the downside potential. He posted a chart with the put call ratio saying, kind of cryptically, eventually this will matter, right? And we all know the put call ratio can stay low, and we can consolidate and move higher, significantly higher, and then eventually, we run out of buyers. Everybody's long, and so then there's some profit taking, and then we get huge expansion to the downside. But I don't know. With this bear trap, I don't know that we're there. We might just consolidate here, and like this is still a buy zone for me. Maybe hit the 20, and then just keep prodding along. Maybe not prodding. Yeah, it doesn't really doesn't reek of. We've had opportunities to gain some downward momentum. Yeah, we're consolidating here. 3880 to all-time highs or whatever, but I don't know. Sometimes when the bearish music gets too loud, another move up. Another move up to punish the least capitalized players short term is what happens. And plus, I don't trust. Just going back to Thinkorswim, I don't trust the volume aggregation on that. I've seen some pretty crazy things. Excuse me. On where the volume falls on, say, a 30-minute bar. Just really a lack of tick by tick data there. So whenever someone shows me something that's specific with a volume um, for Thinkorswim, and it's a precise level, my brain, I automatically almost all the time throw it out. If it's a chart pattern or something, um, yeah, that's fine. VWAP tends from Thinkorswim to say Sierra chart VWAP, depending on the day, can be off by like half a point to I've seen as much as 3 or 4 points, which is stupid. All right, so there's our 13 tap, and then I was saying breaking into value, pulling back. Here's the 10. Hmm. Let's go fight for price. All right, absorptive deltas here. Here, okay. All the way to here. That's why I like using current trade, bid volume, current trade ask volume. You can kind of just, right click and clear it from various levels, or whenever you want to. Sorry. So you can clear it below, you can clear it above, and then just see, how price starts operating. We've got it on the. Oops. There you go. We've got it on the footprint. So let's see. Clear trade above. See that? See how it cleared everything? Now let's see how price. Since I think this is a buy point, let's see how it acts on your DOM from here moving forward. I typically like to keep this on because, once you lose history, you lose it. I like it. I like the candle structure. Maybe lower, maybe 20. I don't know. Maybe we roll over and I'm wrong. That's fine too. But I like the way that this pullback is forming so far. You're making me laugh, Skirk. It's all right. We added. Let's lock more in. All right, now we're 12. 12 deep. All right, let's lock more in. Back to 8. Back to the original position size. Oh. So we're long 8 from here. I'll get rid of these guys. Back to, oops, can't do it there. Back to managing the position. This away. Oh no, what's happening? Let's look on the news. I don't know. We just know price is moving. And that right there hurts the shorts just a little. Yes, sir. Eat them shorts, right? But we'll see. I try to, even if my bias is to the long side, you know, you've got to say, well, the market could flip on you, and keep an open mind. I'm still looking, for longs to get trapped, and I'm also looking, conversely for, hey, do we have like just essentially who's trapped, right? What is the most likely scenario, and then try to get rid of my bias short term, right? Yeah, I'm in a position, but be ready to flip or take profit or admit you're wrong and save some capital, etc. No capital at risk here. This is a sim. As I said earlier, I am done for today through this trend line here. Short, cover. I started covering right below. Go long, close, sit it out and watch. I know when my edge is dissipating. I've seen this set up too many times. Right. So right now, look at where that went to. Just letting you guys know. Don't get too aggressive to the upside. Look at where that rejects. Right there. Kind of perfect, isn't it? What does that tell us? That it doesn't go any higher. That longs want to take profit, and they want to take profit desperately. No further. That's what that tells me. If we had gone further and then consolidated a bit more, that'd tell me that there was buyers. You'd have to look at the volume too. That there were interested buyers and that shorts want to cover. But in this case, I don't know. The inventory might be a bit long. We'll see. So let's see if we get a flush. See? Up. Tricky, isn't it? Yeah, Snapples. That's how I read the market most of the time. Who's about to, who can get the most fucked? Essentially, I don't know. I mean, that's a little vulgar or uncouth, whatever you want to call it, but this is a great way to trade. The problem is, if you want a counter trend trade, because, everyone's doing one thing, the trend could move so much further than you think short term. So if you're going to do that, you have to be able to say, all right, this is where my exit is if I'm wrong. And okay, I still do believe in the sentiment. We will add to this loser. Let's see. And we'll put a stop here and here. I like my stop here. This trend line, let's see if it becomes support. You have to be able to say, I'm going to get out here and I'm going to not lose a lot of money, right? So a fairly tight stop, and then be willing to get back in over and over and over, and then skew your risk reward. And so let's see. This is a sim. Do we go from a winning day to a losing day? This is where all the hindsight traders say, you should have sold here. It was a natural resistance. I don't know the future, my friend. Welcome to real trading. Yeah, I agree with you, Snapples. In moves like these, I often think, fake out, and then, liquidity is there, and now you can sell into it and trap more traders. So, if you move down to this zone, that's fine. Take the loss and move on. I'm looking at some negative deltas here. Right, you see that right there? It's the RTH deltas here. So they start at 0525. Like a fairly nice imbalance of them. So if we break those initial, right, then it's over. Well, at least it's over for me for this trade short term. Who knows what it's going to do? Oh, okay. 3904, 39 separation between the two distributions. Well, this is a weekly TPO. Let's take a look. Yeah, look at that rejection here at A. Should have looked at my TPO chart earlier, but that's what you get when you're talking. Get too distracted. Wait, the daily TPO is looking like an uppercase B? Oh, just two distributions. I guess you could say that one of the problems with today is you have much higher volume up here so far than you do the volume in this area at the lows. And that's a problem because you would want to get a huge volume spike in here and then push up, and then you've got rocket fuel. Yeah, there it is. Pretty big stop hit. That was a what did that look like on oh, my time in sales is too far down. Let's see. We can go look at the book map. Give us a quick view of that. See that? Big seller. You see that? The best bid ask. How many ticks was that? Jeez, 05 to, so 3 points through the book instantly. So huge sweeping of the book there, and then the algos jerk around and fill it right back in. So an initiative seller stops, who knows, but pretty big. All right, well, it's time to flatten out. All right, let's give the breakout trade a shot here. Where are we wrong? 0750? That's fine. Something like that. Nice volume on this bar. Hey, what is the day? $16.80. Hence why I am not trading my account at the moment. Yeah, it could have been a liquidation, could have just been an initiative seller. Oh, I don't know. With a day like today, we could get some expansion, right? We're here at the 100%. 150 would not surprise me, which would be 38.95, 38.94. So I don't know. All right, I'd love to. They love to push it back up about here. Where's the pullback? 02. So we'll go 150. Come on, where are you at? Scalping. All right. Folks are scared. Let's give the downside a little bit more. Back up. Big volume on this. 22, 23. Yeah, so now we're getting some expansion. So let's see. We've got a previous value area. Where does that extend out from? It is an RTH value area because it's blue. And that value area is from yesterday. So value area low. Let's see if we can expand below it, or if I'm just I'm a sucker. Yeah, maybe I'm a sucker. All right. We want to put stops here of 0525. All right. I don't believe, so let's see. Yeah, nobody knows. Um, I'm not trading my account because I made my money on my high probability setups, and just based on the market structure, I think my edge is like 50-50 right now. Just because I can point things out in real time, doesn't mean that the probability for those things is very high for me. So I just know to step away. It's just it's discipline that I've learned over time. Just tracking my trading, tracking my habits. When do I give money back? In what kind of environments are we in, right? After big impulse moves, and I play. I didn't even catch the whole move. I didn't know what was going to happen in here. I thought, oh well, maybe we range out. I had no idea. But once we broke initial balance, and I saw the price action in here, then I started to look at the footprint and the TPO, and I started to realize that we had the previous close down here, right? So there was going to be some price action that short term was going to give me a humongous edge. So, you know, came down here, came back up here, rejected, and then I got short in this area on this candle, and then I wrote it down and I covered in here. So I played what I felt was a high probability play with larger contract size. So, and then here I went long, and I just know the price action around these areas. Other traders are breakout traders. They would take this trade, right? And maybe they would have been looking at the trend line going, hey, my target is above the trend line or something, because, they're familiar with that setup, right? They're good at seeing it in real time, like, hey, this has made a lower low. This is the high. We curl back down, made a lower high here, right? And then, okay, I'm going to enter here. I have good trade location. If we break this, I'll enter again, right? And I'm looking to take profit at the trend line or above the trend line because, in their experience, bullish markets bounce above the trend line. So they want to be, taking profit on the short into the weakness. But, that's not me. I played to my strength, which is right around this trend line, and we've got yesterday's close, which is why I marked this up on my chart this way. I don't play all scenarios that maybe I understand, just because they don't come as quickly and as naturally to me. So, and that's why I have tons of room to improve as a trader. Anyway, end response to J Milet. So yeah, little chopped here. Stats on AMP. You mean the stats on Sierra chart, maybe? Is that what you mean? AMP future. I think you mean Sierra chart, Josh, right? Because you're referring to AMP futures. You're talking about the stats on Sierra chart, right? Yeah. Yeah, AMP is just the FCM. Yeah, so I've been uh, testing out the CQG app, which, it works because you have their routing, but none of the data is real time. So I've been entering orders from Sierra chart, seeing how quickly they show up in the CQG app. I hope I said that all clearly. I have AMP on my brain. Almost feel like I need to rewind what I said. I think I might be misplacing words. So anyway, I'll just repeat all that because I feel like I'm thinking about something else while I'm talking, and I might be really confusing right now. So I've been placing trades on Sierra chart and then looking at my CQG app and seeing how quickly they show up there, and then conversely placing trades in my CQG app and then seeing how quickly they show up in Sierra chart. and it's instantaneous. And so I can flatten my positions from orders entered in Sierra chart, and vice versa. And then in terms of like the margin and the account balances and all of that, it's about a 3 or 4 second delay. But actually entering trades, so with CQG routing, the attached orders are being held locally until the parent fills. So like, let's say in the event, I know I explained this yesterday, but I just want to be 100% clear for some of you guys. Let's say I enter this order, and then I get a power outage right now. Okay, this order and this order is locally held, but this is on the server. Okay, this is already sent to the CME. It's in the queue, right? If my computer goes down right now, I have some sort of event, these go away, and this is left on the server because these are locally held, right? The take profit and the stop. So, and that's because I'm using CQG routing. With TT, that was not an issue because they were using the fix connection. And today, Sierra Chart has said that they're not going to go ahead and add the CQG fix, most likely, because it's 3 times more expensive than TT. Right? So Sierra Chart is going to focus more on getting their own direct routing to the CME done, rather than utilizing their resources to set up CQG when it's so much more expensive, 3 times more expensive. So I don't know how that would translate in terms of the pricing to its customers, but I think Sierra Chart has determined, it looks like that it's not worth their time, at least for now, at least for today. That's what I last read on the forum. So anyway, because of this scenario where I can lose power and only have this order in the system, let's say the market, there's a stimulus check and I'm like short, right? I got to get out of this. What do? Call AMP and say, get me out? No, I just use CQG's app. I get in and I flatten. So even though I don't know the price, the current price in the CQG app, because I'm not using their data, I'm using their routing only. I'm using Denali data for the platform. But CQG's app is only using the routing, so it gives me access to the app but no live data, right? So I would be probably looking on my phone. If I had a power outage, I'd be like on TD Ameritrade or Thinkorswim or something like that, and just be going like, okay, it's favorable. I'll go ahead and enter a protective stop now through my phone, right? Some sort of OCO order maybe or something, just to protect myself. So when you're playing from Sierra Chart, that's the potential pitfall with using CQG web API, which is what their existing service is with CQG for routing. So there's a limitation there. So just an FYI. Man, what a choppy area anyway. See, my preference in this situation for getting long would be price moving up. That line isn't very clear. Like this, and then making a higher low and then bouncing. Okay. This move here, if price moves down, moves back up, then consolidates a little bit like this, but after having made a lower low, then I'm more likely to excuse me, to want to go short, maybe for yesterday's value or something. Okay. If, however, price moves down like this, traps some shorts, moves up, prints a nice strong buying bar, pulls back a little bit, and then goes right up back through, then this is a short trap. Okay, so the nuance of that, it's like, the pattern might be the same, but depending on what it does right after this bar makes that new low, that's what determines whether or not I think it's a bullish bar or not. So I was anticipating here, right? Rather than being reactive to my knowledge, I was just anticipating, okay, it looked like enough momentum here, right? And based on this lack of volume, I was already thinking I need to be getting short, which I'm going to do. I need to be getting short, right? Because I think that we still need to flush because the volume just doesn't match. So, anyway, some of my thoughts. What the heck? Undo draw. Come on. Am I undoing? There it goes. I wasn't selecting the chart. And I have too many lines. Oh, well, maybe I don't. We'll get rid of this. Let's go to the erase button and just start getting rid of stuff. Well, now I can't see it. Things that make you go, Yeah, Snapples. I agree with you, my friend. I don't know. A lot of analysis and then I'm wrong, so who knows? Like I said, choppity chop. Watch me get chopped here. This is one of those days where momentum traders or directional traders just get roasted. Right, so now that I realize that, okay, let's just losing more money. Let's just short when let's just short when we think we should be buying a breakout. Look at that. Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, short term, isn't it? It's doing what Snapples is pointing out, right? And just looking at the lack of, in terms of like volume. Yeah, right in here. Time as well. So, yeah. This is true. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, Sean. If I'm a directional trader, I'm thinking, wow, I should get long here. What was I saying earlier? Get short when you think about getting long. Get long when you think about getting short. I don't know. Not exactly useful TA, is it? How do you backtest that? Do the opposite of what you really think you should be doing, and then your bias kicks in, and then you reverse psychology yourself to death, and then it all doesn't matter anyway. So stupid. Hey, they're doing that, man. They are doing that. Data is not free. Everyone thinks it is on Twitter, but it's not. They've been data mining that shit for years, but it's getting more grotesque. But just not talked about en masse yet. And that'll change the game yet again, because we're in a data-driven world, so. Short term, punish these traders at 050475. Watch. Just watch. Alright, let's go look at the footprint. Yep. This is true with a nice little taper, but you can also look at the order book here. The cumulative. I don't know. It looks like some expansion. I'm just talking out loud. It does look like an expansion down to this area. So I'm in the stop zone, but we're going to do this. And we'll do this. That's right. This is good for a rotational trade. So should be using more yeah, see we've got a volume node here, so we're gonna get expansion into this area most likely. Yeah, see how the volume's now building? So 8 to 12 tick. Alright, we'll do something like this. Satisfy my short-term urges to take profit too soon and then miss the big breakout play, but that's okay. Let's see if we can improve our footprint trading skills here. Yep, fairly nice volume node in here. Duh, 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 duh. Higher lows, higher highs nonetheless, huh? Well, you're looking way beyond me, my friend. Let's see. I'm looking at much shorter rotations than that. I'm looking at rotations back up here, possibly coming to this area. You see these deltas here? Stops, liquidation, initiative seller. Let's see if it's defended or if we zip through that area. Yeah, all of our analysis is like, um, but what if, but meme. All right, we're hedging everything because we don't know what the fuck's going on. Okay, I'm not a furu, so shit. If I don't know, I don't know. Come on, come to Papa. Let's do the whole break-even thing. Yep. All right, I'm out. Look at that volume. It is so shit right here. So many algos. The pulling and stacking is just ridiculous. Oh, that's cool. A little bit of physical labor sounds really good to me right now. I need to get out and just run. I'm talking to you, Sean. I just sanding cabinets, doing a little bit of physical. I'm just sitting on my trading chair, leaning forward against my backrest. My backrest is kind of like a T shape. So the top of the backrest is 8 to 9 inches wide, tapers a little lower, and then it just goes flat, where each side or each arm of the T would be, and that's nicely, firmly padded. It's a Swedish chair, and they use really good high density foam in this whole thing. So anyway, I lean forward, which is incidentally the position that they put patients in critical care who are having trouble breathing. That's usually the position, as long as they don't have any damage to the chest area. That's the position that they put people in to breathe the best. So I sit like that typically all day. Oh, there's that upward expansion. Darn it. Volume built right against 05. You see that? Buy, buy, buy. This is how they love to buy right here. Short term. And then just punish people above. It's such a good play. If you get in here, you can make 3 or 4 ticks almost every time. Off-grid house in the mountains. Awesome, man. I watch a lot of YouTube shows on folks that do the whole off-grid thing. Like, I've spent a lot of hours watching some of these guys and gals. Who knows, Sean? Maybe I even watch, if you have a YouTube channel, maybe I've even watched you. And some of the shots that these, like the cinematography is so good. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, the one that it's been a while. Let's see. I'm thinking about this rotation right now. Upside. Is it too late? Nope, I'm gonna get in. Okay. And maybe here. 0350. I'll admit, at this point, I'm just trying to make my sim a green day because I'm that competitive. Even with fake money. Right? Had the idea right, didn't I? For short term. Higher lows and higher highs until, now let's look at the bigger level. No, man, we're going back through that candle. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, we'll sit it out here. Not good trade location because for either direction for me. Well, what's really interesting, they're really simple. It's a 18 tick take profit with a 12 tick stop. Now, I do have some other exotics in here. You can probably see them. 24 tick take profit, 8 tick trail stop, break even stop. So I think when the market hits plus 8 ticks, it goes to break even and then it trails at 8 ticks. So that one's nice for big bounces with just the right amount of volatility. Here, let's try it. Yeah, I think we're going. Let's see. Oh, I want more than one contract. Come on, let's go 5. Oh, you really? See, that sucks. I don't want to be a buyer now. All right, now let's give it a shot. Come on, 23rd in the queue. Come back. There you go. I just want you guys to see how these work. But this is often failed breakout leading to the next bar coming down and then downside. So that potential, I'm just going with momentum, giving it a shot. There you go. Fill here. 0750. All right. Come on, don't stop me. It's going to do what I thought it might do. Right? So what I was talking about earlier, we figure out every time in this area you want to go with momentum, you do the opposite for the short term. Here you're breaking out of this little consolidation. Short term ascending triangle. Short it. Oh, breaking back through the trend line. That was there. Oh, maybe we've got him. Short it. All right, you want to go for the breakdown? Go long. Hey, that's the hallmark of consolidation and chop. Just filling out the range. So if you're good at counter trend trading for ranges short term, you do well on a move like this. Stupid thing. You usually come back to 0550, so let's go this way. We hold there. Then we're good. Let's add so we can. This is such unrealistic trading. By the way, Sierra chart does do first in, first out for sim trading. So some sim traders, they just, as soon as it hits that level, you fill, but Sierra chart counts it. So it's a little more real. Well, it's very realistic, except that the algos aren't seeing you, right? And maybe buying aggressively one tick above you, depending on the size you play with. So that is why sim trading is so much easier, especially in like low volume environments like this. Alright, I just want this thing to start trailing up. Where did we fill? Right in here? So 8 ticks would be here. So one of these orders is going to move up to break even based on its location, somewhere in here, I think. Yeah, there it goes. Right. So if you scaled in, it's a problem using these kind of orders. And then, yeah, trail stop. Triggered trail stop. And then this will trail the market 8 ticks. So, you know, if the market's got resistance here, you're just going to stop out. So you see that? A bunch more moved up, and now they're trailing the market. Can kind of just chop you up if you're scaling. So there. Come on, let's make it a winning day. Don't go stopping me out here. On the sim. I'm already a winner on my real account. That's what I care about. This is just for fun. Because I love trading. That'll be the next embroidery on my trading jacket. I heart trading or something. And I should get like a 5-piece canvas thing coming in the next few weeks, I think. That's my last piece of wall art. That'll go behind my 3 monitors on a big wall right above. And it says like get what is it? Get your hustle on or something like that. Let me see. Oh, I can show it on the screen, huh? Except, well, I don't want to put the order and all that information. Okay, let's see. All right, let's just enter the description into Amazon. Images. We'll just make Google. What happened? Oh, son of a gun. I should have taken 15 off. Okay, let's see. All right, here it is. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think I'm showing anything personal or too crazy on this screen. So this is what I was looking at. Let's see. Let me make sure here. Yeah, I think I'm good. That's what I'm looking at. So I ordered that a while back. Trade lift hustle, that's what it is. So looking forward to that. That'll round things out in the office here. All right, Snapples, have a good one, my friend. Right, this is where you get the move to the downside. Little false break. It's the short, isn't it? And then, you got 3 points, and then this is where it takes out all the stops. I don't know. I do like the outdoors. My wife and I were gonna look to buy a house up in the Sierra Nevadas here. But then we had all those California wildfires, and that whole area is just decimated. All right, quit making higher highs. Let's see. Where would I? Hey, thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll watch your video for sure. Hey, don't do that to me. There you go. If I use these trail stops, I mostly don't move them if I'm using them in the correct context, but I do have a setting in Sierra chart that says if you move your trail stop, adjust the amount it trails by that. So you can see that they're now moving. So when I move these down, whatever I move it down to from where the best bid and ask is, it's resetting it. So this one's older, whatever. But these are moving accordingly to how I just moved this. So look at us. We don't even know. And higher highs now. We have no fucking clue, do we? Well, at least the sim's going to be profitable. Right. Let's see. Is there news? Not really. Not that I see. Pump it up. Anyway. Alright. Go stop them. 15 contracts. Let's see. We'll go like this. Boom! Stop filled. And it's a winning day on the sim. I like to see that green. Even though, God, I can't take pride in any of this shit. No music today, by the way, because YouTube keeps taking down my videos after they keep scanning them. And others scan them too. The people that hold copyright, and if they put a request in, they can. Some of them will just say like, you can't monetize the channel, and if anything is paid from advertisers advertising on your channel, if it's monetized, they get the profits. I'm not monetized anyway. You have to have 1,000 YouTube followers. So a lot of these people whose copyright I'm taking, even from SoundCloud from various countries, will just say, especially like if it's in the United States and it's fairly clear on my channel or whatever, they'll just say block it. So a lot of these videos just get blocked. So I've either got to find, I don't know, I've just got to. YouTube actually offers a bunch of copyright-free music, but I haven't looked into it. It's just not that important to me. Yeah, I know, Sean, but it's good for me because I don't get as many. I don't know. I like the interaction on here, and if I don't get it, I'm get a little bit of downtime. I'm like, oh sheesh, I need to hear something, and music just makes you feel good, man. I mean, come on. Let's see. Whoa. Where am I at? I was supposed to time that better. Like this. All the breakout traders fucked again. Jeez. Yeah, that's already gonna get me I don't think this one gets me blocked because it's mixed, so it sounds so differently than the original song. this one. So what his argument is that these patterns, if they're right half the time, essentially help you manage risk better, and that's what the greatest value is for them. Which, mathematically speaking, hey, can't disagree with that, can you? Anyway, let's go back here. Where's my undo? And restore the window. And go back to the main screen. P-shaped, needing fill. All right. Let's see. Anyway, let's get rid of the music. I want at least one of these live streams to stay up. I have a whole like 9 or 10 live streams from 2 to 4 hours long that get delisted by YouTube because I like to listen to music too much. Oh. I'm still listening to music. I've just got it off. I guess that's the solution. Yeah, I wish, I wish we could share actual drawings and stuff in the chat here. It would make things a lot easier. And then some of you all can take screenshots or whatever. But anyway, light shot, it's really good for screenshots. That's this, right? So you can do that. It's got, text, blah blah blah, and then arrows, which you can do that. Make them bigger and littler by scrolling your mouse. See that? It's real nice. Yeah, I'm not interested in doing Discord actually, or Telegram or anything like that. I'm off of all of those things. Keep it simple. Less social media. Yeah, no problem, man. Josh, just share whatever. It's all good. Do I hold longer term? Yeah, I have longer term positions, but on interactive brokers, not AMP. AMP is my day trading account with Sierra Chart. Most of my swing positions are done through interactive brokers if I'm using ES. It's a larger account. And it's played against other stock positions that I may be in, so it's there's a lot more of a comfort with an FCM or a broker that is well capitalized like Interactive Brokers. Interesting. Yeah, I'll have to look at it. Thank you for that, Sean. Anyway, from when we reset this DOM, I'm just looking at it. You see all the absorptive deltas, except for here at 1125. That's interesting. Yeah, just about every level except for 1025 is all absorptive. So an imbalance of buying. That's kind of interesting. Hmm. So you think lack of supply, it's gonna pop? I'd have to look at a chart. 17%. Okay. Well, looking at my cupboard, you wouldn't know that stockpiles are down. We drink a lot of coffee. Well, 1 or 2 cups a day each. Now, my wife typically a 12 to 14 ounce cup, and then me probably 18 ounces. Or is it that much? Yeah. Well, let's see. My wife probably drinks 10 ounces a day. I probably drink only 12 to 15 ounces a day. Oh yeah, it makes all the difference. Fresh roasted coffee, and especially when they know how to do it right. Oh my gosh. I am a sucker for a cappuccino. Oh, that's cool. Trade Flash. So is it new on Trade Lot Flash? Because Trade Flash has been around for years, and I've been using that for years. And Trade Flash is always, you can filter it by you can filter Trade Flash by the watch list that you're using, and then it focuses on big lot trades for options, and it'll tell you the deltas, all of that. It's been around for a long time, so maybe they're just forcing users to see it more. But yeah, Trade Flash has been around for a long time. That's part of my default thinkorswim setup, is to have Trade Flash on for the S&P 100 only. So that's a default watch list in thinkorswim. So when you look at Trade Flash, you can click a little drop down and like have it only filter for certain watch lists. So if there are things you watch in the Nasdaq or whatever, and you're familiar with it, you chart it all the time. Trade Flash is stupidly useful because it tells you all of the really big lot trades. So a lot of the services out there that give you, I'm not going to say names, but I'll give you descriptions. You guys, some of you will figure it out. Big sweeper action, right? On various names. Yeah, it's all built into Thinkorswim there. So now if you're trading this, I'd say it's about a 30-minute trend line. You see this price action? Here, I'll load it up. Yeah, just a nice double distribution. Flip a coin, man. Flip a coin for direction. Anyway, let's go back to it. You see that? All right. 1, 2, breakout, failure, back up to the breakout, wick, big sell, so far wick. So, and this is just a really short-term little trend. When you draw diagonal lines on a chart all the time, so many important places of convergence. I'm more of a fan of horizontal lines, right? Areas of balance that lead to breakouts. Like that. Why? Because you get trap traders. And then when you leave that level, you're not talking about a trend that's at an angle or something. You decisively know that traders have lost here. And I lost at 22.25 and I stopped at 25. God, that was so obvious in hindsight. Not just, and it should have been one of those things that I should not have been shorting this. Just not aware enough. I was looking at this structure here, too short term, just thinking, yeah, you know what? I can stand in front here and absorb, and then let's see. Nope, run over. But my risk was tight, so didn't ruin me at all. But a losing day after that, for sure. Anyway, Twitter was eerily quiet. So were some of my friends after this move. Right. Yeah, I know. But about the point where, about that time where things become meme-ish and repeatable, it's kind of like rule of three. It's now obvious to everybody. So I don't count on it anymore. It's like a few years ago you could buy every close and sell every open, and you'd be up 600-700% or something for about 6 months. But now, look at the last few weeks. Buy every close, sell every open. You'd be pretty screwed. Oh yeah, yeah. My suggestion was scale into a short at 47 through 51, and what is it now? 55, 56. I am gonna short that shit, but I'm waiting for one very specific kind of setup. If I don't get it, well then I'll enter short on a pullback after trend changes. But I'm gonna try to top ticket just because I feel, I don't know, I kind of feel comfortable with crypto. I know how it's supposed to behave. Just familiar. Popping, popping to the upside. Let's go. All right, let's go. 5 minute. Let's look at the last 20 minutes here. McDonald's? Oh, that's interesting. It's very rare that I pay for coffee. We mainly just buy Trader Joe's beans and then grind them ourselves. And we have a decent coffee maker. It's not an espresso machine or anything, but it's one of the better ones you can buy for a drip coffee maker. I think it needs to be cleaned though. We're right at a measured move with crypto. Shit, I'm gonna go short some right now. I'm scaling in. Be right back. Hold on. Let's get you guys back to this chart. Cool. Well then buy here. Buy a whole bunch and I'll sell some to you. All right. Oh yeah, this is a short setup on Bitcoin. Sweet. Pull back to 51, 52, very likely. And then if we breach 50, it's over. Shorts just got squeezed. That would be my official position. All right, 55. Come on. Now let's see if I fill here. Come on. I'm not fully filled. I put it right up on the ask too. Nope. Push down $100. That sucks. Hey, what happened? What happened to the ES? Chopville. All right, let's go. Let's go get chopped. All right, I'm filled on my Bitcoin short. I am short from mid 55s. No stop. So that kind of tells you how I don't put that much of the account on it. Just a little bit. All right, 30 short. God, the close is so random, isn't it? It's just so volatile. There you go. That's the fill zone, right? Do you get the false breakdown here? Obvious trend line. Who knows, Sean? Maybe you're right. Let's close at 13. Watch us have a candle that just all the way up, and then the next candle all the way down. That would be about right. All right, halfway up the candle, now you have longs taking profit. Pretty normal. It's a visual thing. So if you're a scalper, you can get a few ticks that way. And like we're talking a micro scalper. Super common. Halfway up the next candle. Oh, thanks, Sean. Seems like all the popular DOMs out there are red and blue and purple and pink and white, and it's that whole jigsaw look, right? Yeah, this thing is... We're going to have one of those moves. Ah, look at all these stops filling. Stupid. Stupid Mike. That's why I don't play the close a lot. Unless there's a nice momentum setup. Or a really obvious mean reversion kind of setup. Reversal. Alright. But beyond that, I don't make close calls all the time. I just don't. Even when I was more actively posting on Twitter. Is it simple? I don't know. Dump it. Or not. Oh, I forgot that these stops are all trailing out. This is the wrong kind of... Ah, well, whatever. Let's change it. Um... Dump it. See that trend line action? That is a very clean kind of trend line. I mean, look at that. And the action around it, oh man. Kind of, very 15 to 30 minutes-ish kind of price action where it's just the market's clearly moving a certain way against a level. But for me, very hard to predict how price will react around this level. You can play the level for some points, but whether it moves through or rejects or you can maybe play a recapture of this level and then consolidation and then look at say T+2 short term, something like that. Anyway, I need to scale into some more corn. This is what I call Bitcoin. Oh yeah. Yeah, maybe 50. You're right. Maybe someone said 57. Might get 57, 58.5. Maybe even higher. Oh, yeah, let's go. The problem with Bitcoin is by the time you want to short it, it's too late. It runs 10K against you, especially with the kind of move it's had. And if you think this time is different, then I'm sorry, you're a fool. Because as Mr. Livermore says, the markets are as old as the hills. This time will not be different, my friends. But the more people that believe that, the happier I get. Because it just means, as humans, the gullibility factor is so high that... Let's see, how did George Bush put it? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me, can't get fooled again. That's totally improper, but it's my favorite. Who was wanting the flesh? Who was it? I think he's gone. Milet. 5 minutes. So do you want to buy here when it punches down? That's the question. Yeah, buy for some mean reversion. Scalp it. Okay, looks like it might be a... Yep, there it is. Iceberg! Iceberg. Check it out. See that? Buying, buying, buying passively. 3,900. Once it pops, it's going to pop, and it's going to pop hard. This is a bigger buyer on a different time frame, most likely. Not very much. Just what, 5 or 6 ticks? And I missed it. Dang. 3 minutes to go. That was a wicked move. Yeah, so apparently, and I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with this, if you go to futures.io, there's been some brokers having issues, man. Specifically, I think it was Phillips Capital with some Ninja traders and the whole Phantom order thing. Now we have trading, that was what, between February 5th and... Oh, you know what? What if it's time stamped wrong? I was searching for stuff last night. But you guys can tell me, maybe, if recently there was some huge issues with Phillip Capital and Ninja Traders and all of that. I was looking on my phone and I was looking late last night, but apparently they're having phantom trades. It's a whole thing. I don't know how many of you are on Ninja Trader here, especially because I have Sierra chart up here in my title. Right when the market closes, I'm going to go hang with my family. Yeah, the whole Ninja Trader thing, that was recent, like a few weeks ago. With Phillips Capital and the whole phantom trades. Now it happened with TT. I don't know. I mean, who did they use for routing? Wasn't it CQG, if I read correctly in the thread? So what's up with that? Anyway, you guys can go check it out on futures.io. or there's a Twitter handle, futures.io or something like that. Let's see, 30 seconds left. I think we're going to get a massive push to 0675, where I'm going to mean revert that bad boy. Hey, I like this close on the lows below T+2. This sideways action is good for the bulls. A little bit higher time frame. Money rotation stuff, 60,000. A few more seconds. 75,000. Almost 80,000 contracts here. Some buyers. This is absorptive. So it doesn't matter that it closed on the lows today. Someone found value. This is higher time frame stuff. I'm not going to short here. Someone, well, actually, 775. Yeah. I think they're gonna rip this thing over the next 2 to 4 days. We're gonna see a move to the upside past this level. May get a few more closes on lows, but I've seen this before. And all the short-term traders, they see this as very bearish. A close on lows on volume. No, it is not. Close on high, on highs, intraday. On volume is bearish. Close on lows, on volume, with the market structure going kind of sideways-ish, is more bullish. All right, Josh, have a great weekend as well. Yeah, I'm done. I'm going to go hang out with the family, go get some exercise. Have a good one, guys. Hope you enjoyed the live stream, and I really appreciate your feedback. Makes it a lot more enjoyable for me. So kind of a choppy day today. Have a good weekend.